Welcome back, everyone, to the last day of quarterfinals. The teams are getting set to head back onto the Rift, where KT are up 1 game over the KOO Tigers. So I'm turning to you first, Yamato. You were the one who picked the KOO Tigers to win this series. They're starting down 0-1. How are they going to get back into it?
The thing is, with this game, I was quite satisfied with the strategy. When they pulled the Tam Kench and TP'd up top lane, they kind of felt that they feel the same way I do. Just put themselves in situations where there are 5 and they group up and they kind of remove this individual play that KT excels at. And as long as they keep doing that and don't screw up the Dragon, I'm completely satisfied with how KOO Tigers keep playing.
Looking for them to stay grouped as often as possible and push the 5v5s. Crumbs, he just mentioned the attention to the top lane. We expected there to be plenty of it. There was. How do you feel that that top lane matchup is going to develop in this series?
As we've seen the Darius-Fiora matchup specifically being such a high skill cap matchup, particularly for Fiora's side, in which she has to repose very carefully as well as position around the Decimate area. They put a lot of focus and just try to gank them a lot, especially with that 5-man Tam Kench creative play. But what they did with the lead that they got to the Fiora just wasn't there. You know, there wasn't a split push presence from either of these teams where they could have easily been. And that was a little disappointing, to be honest, because it felt like the teams just needed some extra time or a little bit of a push so that they understand their composition. Because similar to how we criticize HQ's compositions lacking a lot of wave clear, the exact same case happened when they drafted here. LeBlanc, Kalista, Darius, these guys can't defend the tower for their lives. You put a Veigar and an Ashe into the mid lane, and you just drive it home, take a tier 2 tower. So I think that KOO definitely drafted what they need to win.
Yeah, and you're talking about these top laners going rather even because there was so much blood being spilled in that top lane, and then the compositions. But I want to talk about the supports. I feel like both supports played an extraordinarily high-level game here between both Peekaboo and Gorilla. They were standout performers in these. I want to see more of that from them because they were both making plays, but Gorilla was more on a type of, you know, we saw the global play be made in the top lane, but then he was mostly on defensive duties at that point. These are guys who excel in offensive situations where they can create these picks. The thresh hooks from Peekaboo at the Dragon and in the final fight were what started making it so that they could actually close this game out.
I can't help but wonder that Peekaboo feels more at home with Thresh as opposed to Gorilla on the Tam Kench, just because Tam Kench is a lot more defensive than Thresh. When Thresh is a champion that you can say, I want to be aggressive now. It's like, no, I only want to play Lantern bot. And that's not the same thing with the Tam Kench. It's a lot more safety in the guy.
All right, well, we're on to game 2. Let's send it out to our casters to get us into Champ Select. But first, we'll hear what Someday has his eye out for when drafting against KOO.
강점은 픽밴부터 한 챔프 다 캐릭 폭이 넓기 때문에 한 챔프를 갖고 돌려쓰는 픽밴을 많이 써서 그 점을 좀 유의해야 할 것 같고요. 약점은 한번 밀리면 약간 와르르 무너지는 경향이 있는 것 같아서 그 점을 좀 노리면 될 것 같아요.